Stop before you even think about skipping this video. Look at your hands. Those are the hands that have been working for years. Yet you have nothing to show for it but stress and digital numbers on a screen that never seem to grow. I'm going to make you a promise. If you stay with me for the next 16 minutes and watch this until the very last second, the financial problems that have been haunting your sleep will start to vanish. I am going to give you the exact blueprint to kill the bad habits that are keeping you broke. Your life will never be the same after this. If you choose to skip, if you think you've heard this all before, then you are making the biggest mistake of your life. This is the only chance you will get today to look your mistakes in the eye and fix them. If you leave now, you are choosing to stay a slave to the system. You are choosing to let inflation eat your future. You are choosing to stay in the trap. This is your one-time opportunity, a crossroads. One path leads to the same old struggle, and the other leads to the life you actually deserve. The clock is ticking on your wealth. Are you brave enough to listen? Or will you let this moment slip away and regret it for the next 10 years? The choice is yours. But the truth starts right now. Look at your bank account right now. Really look at it. Does that number represent your freedom? Or does it represent your chains? If you're like 61% of Americans today, you are living paycheck to paycheck. You are one medical emergency, one transmission failure, or one corporate layoff away from total financial ruin. You think you're safe because you have a good job. You think you're safe because you live in a nice zip code. But the truth is, you are being hunted. You are being hunted by an economic system designed to keep you consuming, and by a set of bad money habits that have been hardwired into your brain since you were a child. My name is Mia, and if you give me next 16 minutes, I'm going to deconstruct the invisible architecture of poverty that has been built around you. This isn't just about bad habits, it's about a psychological war being waged on your bank account. The system doesn't want you to be wealthy. It wants you to be a perpetual consumer. If you turn this off, you're choosing to stay a victim of the 21-day pay cycle. But if you stay, I will give you the keys to the cage. We are going to dive deep into the psychological and systemic traps that are specifically engineered to keep the American middle class broke, tired, and compliant. If you think you're safe because you have a 401k or a decent salary, you are the most at risk. In the United States, we have a distorted view of what wealth looks like. We think wealth is a $1,200 monthly payment on a luxury German sedan. We think wealth is a 3,000 square foot house filled with things we don't use. But let me tell you a secret. Wealth is what you don't see. The most dangerous money habit you have right now is performative consumption. You are spending money you haven't earned yet to impress people who aren't even thinking about you. Let's talk about the average car payment in 2026. The average new car payment in the US has crossed $800 a month. If you add insurance, fuel, and maintenance, you're looking at over $1,200 over 6 years. That's nearly $86,000 if you had invested that $1,200 a month into a simple S&P 500 index fund instead. You'd have over $110,000 in 6 years. You're trading a 6-figure net worth for a piece of metal that loses 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. This is habit number 1, prioritizing looking rich over being wealthy. Think about the psychological toll. You are tied to a job you might hate because you have to feed the car. You are an indentured servant to a bank in Detroit or Tokyo. Why? To show your neighbors that you've made it. The Joneses are broke, my friends. They are drowning in debt. Stop trying to keep up with people who are financially suffocating. True wealth is the ability to say no. It is the ability to walk away from a toxic boss because you don't owe anyone a dime. When you buy that luxury SUV on a 7-year loan, you aren't buying a car. You are buying a cage. You are signing away 2,000 hours of your life to pay for leather seats and a logo. Is it worth it? Now, let's dive into the leftover savings habit. This is the most common mistake made by the American middle class. Your paycheck hits your account on Friday. By Monday, the mortgage is gone. The car payment is gone. The grocery bill is paid. And you've treated yourself to a nice dinner because you deserve it. You tell yourself, I'll save whatever is left at the end of the month. Spoiler alert, there is never anything left. This is due to Parkinson's law, the concept that your expenses will always expand to meet your income. If you earn $5,000, you spend $5,000. If you get a raise to $7,000, miraculously, you find a way to spend $7,000. You are living in a state of functional poverty. You have money for everyone else. Jeff Bezos, you're a landlord, the gas station, but you have no money for. You wealthy individuals don't save. They allocate. They treat their savings as a non-negotiable expense that must be paid before anyone else gets a dime. If you don't automate your freedom, you will manually work for the rest of your life. The fix is a psychological hack. You must treat your savings like a bill. You wouldn't skip your electricity payment, would you? You know the lights would go out. Treat your future self with that same respect. Automate 10%, 15%, or 20% of your income to a separate account the second it hits your bank. If you don't see it, you won't spend it. In the US, where Social Security is a crumbling promise, this habit isn't just a mistake, it's financial suicide. We have reached a point where carrying a balance on a credit card is seen as a normal part of life. But let's look at the math that the banks don't want you to see. If you have $6,000 in credit card debt at 26% APR and you only make the minimum payments, you will pay over $12,000 in interest alone over the next decade. You are working for the bank. You are a modern-day indentured servant. Every hour you spend at your job, a percentage of that sweat goes directly into the pockets of a CEO on Wall Street. Why? Because you wanted a vacation or a designer bag right now. The buy now, pay later culture is a cancer on the American family. It steals your future peace to pay for a temporary dopamine hit today. Debt is the ultimate form of control. When you buy things you can't afford to impress people you don't like, you are trading your future freedom for a temporary dopamine hit. In the next part, we will discuss the silent killers that are even more dangerous than your car payment, taxes, inflation, and the procrastination penalty. Stay with me because your life depends on it. Welcome back. If you're still here, it means you're ready to face the uncomfortable truths that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Let's look at the slow bleed. Habit number 4. Have you checked your bank statement lately? I mean, really checked it. We are living in the subscription economy, a system designed to strip you of your wealth, $10 at a time. It's the $14.99 for Netflix, the $9.99 for Spotify, the $25 for a gym you haven't visited since January, the $15 for an app that tracks your sleep but keeps you awake with financial stress. Individually, they seem small. They are marketed as less than a cup of coffee, but collectively, they are a hemorrhage. The average American now spends over $219 a month on subscriptions they don't even fully utilize. That's over $2,600 a year if you took that same $219 and invested it in a low-cost index fund with an average 8% return. Over 30 years, that money would grow to nearly $330,000. Think about that. You are literally trading your retirement, your freedom, and your peace of mind for ad-free music and a streaming library you never watch. This is death by 1,000 cuts. Every time you click start free trial and forget to cancel, a corporation wins, and your future self loses. You are being bled dry by convenience. Stop the bleed. If it doesn't earn you money or bring you profound joy, kill the subscription today. Now, let's talk about your most expensive roommate. Uncle Sam, habit number 5 is ignoring tax optimization. In the United States, your single largest expense throughout your lifetime isn't your mortgage, your car, or your kids' education. It is taxes. Most Americans treat taxes as an inevitable seasonal chore, but the wealthy treat taxes as a strategic aim. If you are simply earning a W-2 income and not utilizing the legal structures available to you, you are essentially working for months out of every year for free. From January to April, every drop of sweat and every hour of overtime goes directly to the government because you haven't learned the rules. By not understanding the difference between a taxable brokerage account and a tax-advantaged vehicle like a Roth IRA, a 401k, or an HSA, you are leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. This is money that could have been your early exit from the rat race. In the US, the tax code is over 70,000 pages long, and almost none of it is about how much you owe. Most of it is about how to pay less by doing what the government wants you to do: invest and start businesses. If you don't change how you view your tax liability, you are pouring water into a bucket full of holes. You don't need to be a millionaire to start thinking like one. Start using the tools that are already in front of you. The 6th habit is perhaps the most tragic: the procrastination of investing. There is a waiting tax that most people don't realize they are paying. We tell ourselves, I'll start investing when I have more money, or I'll wait until the market crashes to buy in. But the market doesn't care about your timing. It cares about your time in the market. Let's look at the cold, hard numbers that keep the middle class awake at night. If you invest $500 a month starting at age 25, by age 65, you could be sitting on nearly $1.5 million. But if you wait just 10 years and start at age 35, you end up with less than $600,000. That 10-year delay didn't just cost you the money you didn't invest. It cost you nearly $1 million in exponential growth. Procrastination is a habit born of fear, but the only thing you should truly fear is looking back at age 50 and realizing you can never get those compounding years back. In the USA, we are obsessed with get-rich-quick schemes because we've ignored the boring, reliable power of compound interest. Every day you wait to learn more or feel ready is a day you are stealing from the person you will become. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Before this video ends, habit 7 is the most controversial: focusing only on saving and ignoring your earning potential. We have been brainwashed by frugality porn, the idea that if you just stop buying a $5 latte, you'll magically become a millionaire. Let's do the math. Even if you save every penny of a $50,000 salary, you only have $50,000. You cannot save your way to true wealth if your income is low. The habit of shrinking your life to fit a small income is a poverty mindset. You can only cut your expenses to zero, but your income has no ceiling. In the modern American economy, your skills are your currency. If you aren't spending at least a portion of your time and money on increasing your human capital, learning high-value skills like digital marketing, sales, or technical expertise, you are stagnating. Wealthy people focus on ROI, return on investment, while broke people focus only on cost. Stop asking how much does it cost and start asking how much will this earn me. If you spend 40 hours a week working for a paycheck, you should be spending at least 5 hours a week working on your skills to increase that paycheck. Don't just save the crumbs. Learn how to bake a bigger cake. The 8th and final habit is the social comparison trap. We are the first generation in history that compares our Behind the scenes. Reality with everyone else's. Highlight reel. 24/7 on social media. You are destroying your wealth trying to look rich to people you don't even like. This performative wealth is the fastest way to real-life bankruptcy. As we close this time together, I want you to feel a sense of urgency. Information without action is just entertainment. If you close this video and go back to scrolling, you have chosen your fate. But if you want a different life, you must make a different choice within the next 24 hours. Pick one habit, just one. Cancel 3 subscriptions. Transfer $100 to a high-yield account. Or look at your debt with your eyes wide open. The American dream isn't dead, but it's no longer handed out for free. It must be built, habit by habit. I am Mia, and I believe that your financial freedom is not just a dream, it's a responsibility. Don't let yourself down. Subscribe if you're ready to take the first step. I'll see you in the next one.